Imagine for a second your loved one is healthy 1 minute and within a blink of an eye they have a traumatic injury. It happened to one local family, and while they thought their insurance would cover their son's long road to recovery, they are now fighting to keep that coverage going. These pictures are of Rob and Linda Purchase, two adult children taking one last blast of a vacation before starting work after college. Their son Stephen, a graduate of U of M and a die-hard Wolverine, is the picture of good health. But another trip with his buddies would take a drastic turn.
We got a phone call that said, your son is in surgery. You need to get here now. We don't know if he's going to be alive when you get here.
A freak slip and fall on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial would leave him in a coma with a traumatic brain injury.
We all went into shock. We threw a few clothes in a bag. My mom was in her 70s. She said, pick me up. I'm going with you. And we flew to Maryland and we stayed there for 3 weeks.
At first, they thought he would die or become a vegetable. But like Bob Woodruff, who suffered a traumatic brain injury covering a war for ABC and who autographed this book for Stephen, he survived. Stephen needs physical therapy, a wheelchair, and aid from his parents.
And one.
But thanks to his mom's health care, Stephen would have unlimited coverage with her Medicare Plus Blue plan. That means no limits on care, recommended by Stephen's doctor.
We have one of the best plans out there, and it's not pretty. You know, I mean, you're only good until they want to try and take it away. And companies like Evicor are going to flourish.
Evicor is the company Blue Cross Blue Shield brought in to take a look at Stephen's regimen of care.
How's the arm feeling?
Stephen's physical therapy here at Walk the Line in Southfield
Shoulder okay?
was drastically reduced from 3 to 5 days a week, 3 hours at a time, to only 4 visits for the entire month. His parents say his progress immediately started to decline.
We discovered that some of the services that Stephen was receiving were reasonable, medically necessary according to those standards that Medicare gives us. Our experts determined that others weren't.
At times, the Purchase had to pay for their son's therapy out of pocket, which amounted to more than $30,000.
The reason the process exists is for disagreements between clinical experts, between health plans and members, for those disagreements to work themselves out.
Blue Cross should honor the plan. You know, our plan doesn't have limits, and Medicare says the treating physician has the weight. This is the one that we listen to.
It's been a long, hard-fought battle lasting about 2 years.
I applaud Stephen's family, his mom and dad, for working the process, for taking it through. That's what we want our members to do.
Blue Cross had to reimburse them and approve 3 months of therapy, 3 to 5 days a week.
As far as we know, all of the services now are being rendered and being paid for.
Still, what scares them, his therapy has to be approved monthly. And if it's deemed he's not making adequate progress toward recovery, his therapy can be canceled altogether. Something they believe will cause him to drastically regress, and something they will fight against until their dying day.
Nice job, man.
We just do it. We just do what we have to do, and we look for ways of making it better.
Amazing parents for sure. The Purchasers will find out on September 14th if Stephen's therapy will continue. And while they know Stephen will never fully recover, they want their son to live life to the fullest and have access to all of the care promised in their plan to prevent him from regressing. And his mom worked in education. His dad retired from Ford. And you know, they've given their lives to him at this point, and that's all they can do is fight for their son.
And as a parent, that's what you must do, right? Mm-hmm. And boy, they are.
They are indeed. And so
wish them the best with this.
Wish them the best, and hopefully other people can learn from it as well.